Hey folks, what are you up to? It's Deep Cool again. Let's talk about DC. First thing, start with first thing. It is from James Gunn. I really want to talk about DC first because I think James Gunn, James Gunn is doing pretty good. I really want to talk about James Gunn first. Since James Gunn is a really great director. I like personally, I think he is a really good director when it's come to make some popular character in movies like Guardian of the Galaxy, and now we're having some other characters in New Superman movie. They're like some bunch of different characters nobody knows, but now we have in the Superman movie now, like Peacemaker. Doctor Terrific. These kind of character, like they are not really famous in the comics, but they are quite famous in movie and series now. And do I believe in James Gunn? I think yeah, but sometimes not. I believe in James Gunn because of Garden. I'm sorry. I believe in James Gunn because of the Guardian of the Galaxy. I really enjoy. I really enjoy Guardian of the Galaxy. Like I am literally saying, the trilogy of Guardian of the Galaxy is so peak. Yeah, Guardian of the Galaxy was pretty great movie. So that's why I think James Gunn is a good person for DC, But when it's come to Superman movie by James Gunn was okay. I'm not saying that was a bad movie. That was a different take by James Gunn. So that's what I'm saying. That was a different take by James Gunn. That was not a bad movie. That same happened with Zack Snyder. Superman was a god in that movie. It's just a different take from Zack Snyder. So that's what I'm saying. If just we should have to wait for like at least 5 years for James Gunn, but the bad thing is James Gunn, you see making some non entertaining and engaging movies and series like Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd. I'm really excited for Clayface, but that's the beginning of new DC, and making Clayface movie in the beginning of DC, I don't think that's a good part. Making Supergirl movie in the beginning of DC, I don't think that's a good part. James Gunn should make some more popular character first, establish them, and then make movie like them, like I'm sorry, Supergirl and Clayface and Gorilla Grodd and something like that. But now today we have to appreciate lanterns. Like when you look at the lanterns, you say like, yeah, DC still have really good potential, and you should give your time to DC and enjoy the thing. Just do not compare with Marvel now. Like DC and Marvel is like way too complete. It just baby steps for DC and Marvel doing really well now. So comparison between DC and Marvel now, I don't think that's a good point. But when it's come to Zack Snyder DC, that was pretty hardcore. I really appreciate Zack Snyder movie. It was so good. Man of Steel was so good. Batman vs Superman was so good. Justice League, directed by Josh Whedon. Uh, okay, let's talk about this Justice League first. Something happened with Zack Snyder. That's why he discontinued filming Justice League. But production really put so much money in that movie, so they had to make it on time. They hired Josh Whedon. Josh Whedon did really. I mean, according to me, he did pretty good work. It just production. It just Warner Bros. Every time cut that some great part, and according to Warner Bros., that was edited by Josh Whedon. Everything was Josh Whedon. I really enjoyed that movie. We don't have to blame Josh Whedon a lot because it was all fault of Warner Bros. And in 2019 and 18, if I remember, there was a hashtag to restore the Snyderverse. So where like it was like out of nowhere, and people are chanting restore the Snyderverse, this that, and and Zack Snyder also in a really good mood to make another Justice League, and he made 4 hours long Justice League. Was it good? Well, not really a masterpiece, but it was a good movie. A lot of some great scenes of Dark Side. Batman become a bad, or Superman become a bad guy. It was all dream of the Batman. It was not an actual scene. It was just a dream of the Batman. So for that is the problem. It was not a proper thing. It was just a dream of the Batman. They really hyped up that movie so much by the trailer. That was 4 hours long, to be very honest. I think 4 hours long movie was pretty good because it was not going to release on theater. It was just a OTT move by Warner Bros. And DC like HBO Max. And people are saying like it was initially planned to make 4 hours long. Yeah, but do you think Warner Bros. Ever let Zack Snyder make 4 hours long movie for theaters? I don't think so. It's going to be like 2 hours or 2 hours, 10 to 15 minutes long. That's it. We reacted a lot from social media. We just have to stop and but when what the fuck? I'm clueless. But if we compare Zack Snyder Justice League and Josh Whedon Justice League, I don't think there's a big comparison and big difference. Both are great, but so there are some different takes by Josh Whedon. We don't have to, put Josh Whedon on a bad side because it was all Warner Bros. At that time. I think now Warner Bros. Is quite understandable that they have to give freedom to the director and all the managers to make some great movie. Superman was a great movie. Supergirl was a bad movie. I'm really hoping good for Clayface and Green Lantern. And next year we're going to have some another Superman movie, Superman Man of Tomorrow, and the Batman, and some other characters, movies and series too. I don't think they put so much money on the series now. They will have money on movies. So it happened with a lot with Warner Bros. And now Paramount Paramount Skydance is about to acquire Warner Bros. If you are still not live in a cave, you haven't seen that. What's the name? Zack Snyder posting a lot of selfies outside Warner Bros. Office and outside um, Paramount office. So something is cooking between them. I think if I believe like if Paramount Pictures acquire DC, maybe they will give command to Zack Snyder again, and it's going to be like 50-50 of James Gunn, 50% of Zack Snyder, and I don't think it will match anything because they are both good directors, but they are really different kind of person. James Gunn makes some kind of funny, light, super light, uh, um, with lots of color movies like Guardian of the Galaxy, Superman, and Zack Snyder is a completely way different cinematic god. Um, I think they can't work together, and maybe one day it happened like when Paramount acquired DC, they're like, "Hey James, you're fired." Maybe it can happen, and then Zack Snyder again because Warner Bros. And DC want some quick results, some like quick everything, and Paramount, Zack Snyder really have good relations, and I'm not saying, but it could be happen. maybe just we just have to pray for James Gunn now, and for I don't have any problem, but it just create dispute between those directors, their different takes, because I think with to impress DC, Zack Snyder definitely makes some good and business move for impress DC and all. But James Gunn is like creating his own fantasy world of DC, and it's doing pretty well. But there are always up and downs. Supergirl was a really down movie, and Superman was a good take. I can say good initial first take. We just have to really hope for Man of Tomorrow, Batman Brave and the Bold. Then we can see. But we still have really good time to understand what's James Gunn vision. So it's just my point of view of DC and all, and hope you liking it. If not, then I don't know what you're gonna like it. So I hope you like the video, and if you like, then just see you in the next one.